Hey y'all, today is not a vlog. I know y'all used to my vlogs, but today is not a vlog. Today is a chit-chat get ready with me. First of all, excuse my hair. Second of all, if you hear a baby snoring in the background, this is my ear nap time, which is the only piece of silence that I really get throughout the day. But anyway, this is not a tutorial because I nigga rig my makeup. I don't buy makeup, I steal it from my mama. And I dang sure don't buy no makeup brushes. I steal them from my mother.
Lock his ass up! Lock his ass up! You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
So a lot of things that I do, if I bought my own things, I would not do them. But because I don't buy my own things, we nigga rig our makeup routine. I don't use an eyebrow brush because this is the brush that I got from my mother. Mine's the other one that I got from my mama. It started losing all the hair. So yeah, it had to go in the trash. I did have a spoolie. I lost that as well. But did I lose it? No. Did my children lose it? Yeah. So I use this, which isn't even, that's not the point of the video. But the point of the video today is a little chit chat, get ready with me. And y'all please excuse all the acne. I don't know what's going on. My face was literally mad clear yesterday. I'm just now seeing this right now. And my mirror is over here. I know it would have been smarter if it was right here, but I'm not smarter. Because I am. Anyway, by the way, I'm not getting ready for nothing at all. I'm just doing my makeup. I was gonna try to make like a list of topics to talk about, but we freeballing it today, okay? We just freeballing it, and we just gonna talk what's on our heart. I want to talk about motherhood because I feel like it's just so much misconception around motherhood. Like, I feel like when people talk about motherhood, people automatically assume they're talking about their child, and that's not the case. Motherhood is very, very hard. It's the fact that I have to be a mother, and it's not my child's fault. I'm not mad at my child about it, and my child don't make it difficult. My child is simply being a child, and me being a mother can get complicated sometimes because I'm an ambitious girl, and I'm really set on being successful, and I refuse to let my son be my excuse as to why I didn't accomplish every single dream that I've set for myself. When you're doing this, that, and the third with a child that you need to not only take care of, but connect with and bond with, it just gets very hard, you know? You can't get mad at your kid for wanting to spend time with their mom, but it's like, damn, I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know since my year was a baby, he's been a pretty, motherhood has been difficult for me. He was very clingy, and he was like that from the day I brought him home from the hospital. So no, it's not my fault. They made things really, really hard as far as finding a babysitter, as far as trying to get some work done and shit him in the bassinet like regular parents do. People want to say all day long, well, you lay down and have a kid, you chose to be a mother. Woody woody woo. But that has nothing to do with wanting to be a human being. If you've been with me this whole time, you know that I've sacrificed so much just because I'm a mother. I had to drop out of college. I had to drop out of cosmetology school. It was hard to find a job. And not to mention, he took all my money. The money that I did make was no longer for myself, but all of it was for his needs. There was even a period where I had periods and I couldn't afford pads or nothing. And I used a big wad of tissue the whole 7 days. Yeah, I know, TMI, but that's how real it got. Every mother needs a village because a mother is still their independent person. Now that my year is older and, you know, things have gotten a little bit better, I'm not here to bash anybody mothering, okay? I know that being a mother is hard, okay? We just got done talking about that. Being a mother is fucking hard. And I can't knock any mother for how they choose to respond to that level of difficulty. The thing about having kids in public is other people are raising your kids. When you send them to public schooling, they're getting influenced by the other kids there, and those kids are being raised by their parents. And so all of those parents and all of those kids is also they're also raising your child. It comes with this thing where they're teaching your child some things that you don't want to teach your child. Not to say that it's wrong, not to say that I'm judging you for teaching your child some things, But it's just some things that I personally choose not to carry on to my son. Y'all know I raised my year dang near on my own. And I just work so hard to try to stay as patient as I can and stay as soft and gentle as I can. Don't get me wrong, I still do pop his bottom when he doing some off the wall bullshit, because he be knowing better. It was hard work keeping my cool these years to teach him certain things, like the way he reacts to certain things, the way he control his emotions and breathe through his anger instead of reacting through his anger and things like that. And in the midst of that, I've been training myself as well to be a certain way, because I can't expect him to be a certain way. He don't even see me being that way. That's a hypocrite of a mother. It just has been really, really hard work, not only raising him to be a certain way, but also training myself out of everything that I'm used to. The person I've become is completely opposite to who I used to be, and it's all because I've been trying to raise my year a certain way. And he's the reason why I changed myself for the better. Like I said, I'm not knocking nobody parenting. You respond to motherhood how you respond to motherhood. Now, if you go out and be on drugs real bad, that's a different story. I'm judging. In this new season of motherhood, with my year being around other kids, the struggle of raising kids around other people. If you have older kids and you send your kids to school, they come back with these weird ass habits that you didn't teach them, but these baby ass kids at school taught them. Oh my God, will you stay back? When you're raising your kid and they get at a certain age and they start being around other kids and other people, you're not the only one raising your kid. I stole this bag from my mother as well. Clean beauty sponges every time I do my makeup, honey. Yeah, raising your kids is different in this day and age because other people are raising your kids. And nowadays, everybody want to be young nigga with switches. Everybody want to be a whore. Everybody want to be outside thugging with their rounds, coochie pink and their booty hole brown. Everybody want to be where the scat packs and Hellcats at. And nobody have morals anymore. Nobody have boundaries anymore. Nobody have self-respect anymore. And it's just so scary sending my child in a world where kids are being raised by these people. Because these kids are becoming these people. People are getting dumber and dumber and dumber by the generation. By the time my year does get in public school, we gonna have a generation full of lemons raising more lemons. I'm just not ready for it. I'm not ready for it because the way this world is going, nobody values their relationship with God anymore. It's a trend, no, for sure, it's a trend. But what are you doing in your personal life? Or you're actively seeking a godly life, or you're actively seeking righteous living. Nobody's perfect, but don't come on here telling me I don't want to do Bible study every Sunday, but you being a ratchet ass hoe Monday through Saturday. And I'm not judging nobody. What you do is what you do, and he who have not sinned throw the first stone. Like, I'm not one to judge, but it's clear to me, and I have no problem saying that nobody actually tries to live righteous no more. People will be quick to go to church one day a week. People will be quick to post a Bible study on the internet, but nobody actually actively tries to really have a relationship with God. And those are the people that's raising the next generation. Those are the people that's raising the kids that's going to be around my son. So there's just a lot of fear, you know what I'm saying, around me allowing my ear to be in certain places. You never want to hoard your kids away from the world. But how many people are left in the world that's teaching their kids to have morals, that's teaching their kids emotional intelligence, that's teaching their kids righteousness, that's teaching their kids chivalry, that's teaching their kids respect, boundaries, things of that sort? How many parents are left in the world that are actually parenting? Because nowadays, not to shame no mothers who use devices, okay? My year be watching my phone sometimes. I'm not shaming nobody. But if you allow your iPad to raise your child fully, that's a different story than letting your child, you know, everybody want to watch a little something from time to time. A little show, a little entertainment. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But it's something wrong with you're not raising your child. Like some people, I really don't want to say too much because people get to thinking that I'm judging people, and I'm not judging nobody. I'm really not, because a lot of stuff that I do, a lot of people might say something against or whatever, but like I said, I can't blame nobody with how they react to motherhood because I know firsthand how hard it is. However, too much of anything is not good for nobody. But there's a lot of people who use screen time to raise their kids because they don't feel like being parents. I understand everybody don't have a village. It's common nowadays for people to not have a village. Everybody having these babies with deadbeat baby daddies. I can't judge. I cannot judge, and I'm not saying pick your baby daddy's better because we've all been a fool once before. We've all ignored those red flags, and I'm a prime example. So I definitely can't say shit about nobody having a poor choice in men because I've been there, done that. So I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, like, that's just the reality. There's a lot of people in the world who are alone in this mothering journey. And of course, it'll be very tempting to do all the things that just convenient just so you can have a break. And like, I cannot blame you. Shit gets overwhelming, shit gets hard, and you just be searching for the next break. But also, it's a mindset thing. If you don't switch your mindset over to be a mother when you decide to be a mother, then it's gonna forever be the worst thing in the world for you to be a mother. And that's just the honest to God truth. If you the type of girl, like I said, I'm not judging nobody for being a party girl. If you the type of girl who go to parties every night, like to drink every night, you become a mother, you obviously can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? You obviously don't have that much free time anymore. As long as you mothering through the week, send your baby with the baby daddy, and you can do all the hot girl shit you want on the weekend, kudos to you, there's nothing wrong with that. But for the people who neglect their child to be their old selves, their selves without kids, that's when it becomes a problem because you never adjusted your mind to even factor your child in your life. So of course, every time your child comes up, it's going to be irritation, it's going to be resentment, and you're never going to fully tap into being a mother because you never even decided to be one in your head. But that's where a lot of people mess up at when I talk about, oh, the screen time is raising your kids, and we have a generation full of lemons raising lemons, and they're going to be 10 times worse because they're not being raised. And it's just a scary world to let my child out into a world like that, and then you go to school, and then now he's getting bullied, and now he's getting influenced with wrong things and the wrong ideas and the wrong principles of life. And kids grow up, and you can do everything you can as a parent, as a mother, as a father, to make your kid a certain way, and then you send them in public schooling, or you send them in public anywhere, you send them in extracurricular activities, and they pick up on these things that other people are not being sheltered from at home, or other people are being taught at home, and now your child is bringing that to the house, or your child is falling into behaviors that you try so hard to avoid. And it leads me to say you cannot protect your child from everything, and that's the scariest thing about parenthood, motherhood. That's the worst that comes with it. That's what makes motherhood so nerve-wracking. It's not the actual child, but it's just the fact that you can't protect them like you want to, and you can't. If only we could just type in a computer screen how we want our child to be and how we want them to grow up, and then they grow up just like that. But that's not the case. Life happens, and things happen. And y'all know I talked in previous vlogs about how Mayer's dad is a little inconsistent. I tried to shelter Mayer from that by just, blocking his dad. He was like, you know what? You're not finna hop in and out my baby life whenever you choose to. But my daddy was also the same way, hopping in and out my life whenever he chose to. But one thing I always appreciated my mama for was giving me the choice to see that. Did I get hurt in the process? Yes. Above all, I respected that she gave me a choice, and she didn't make such a crucial decision for me, as crucial as me knowing my dad. Because what if he had a change by the time I was old enough to remember his behavior? And it's just things like that where you gotta realize You can't protect your child from everything. And that's just the hard reality of motherhood. What you can do is prepare them for bullshit that's coming their way. When somebody come to you, look, that's one thing I teach about my year. I don't filter nothing. And a lot of people might not agree with that, but I don't filter nothing from him. He's gonna know about it all because he's eventually gonna be taught about it. And I just want him to be introduced to it the right way. So when it comes up again, he knows how to deal with it versus me not telling him at all. And then it comes up another way and then he wanna explore. And then that's when mishap happens. Drugs. I smoke weed. I don't shelter my ear from weed because I don't think nothing is wrong with weed. That's why I smoke it. When it does come up, this is something that I know a lot of people will not agree on, but I could honestly give 2 fucks. If my year decides to grow up and smoke weed at a reasonable age, I'll provide the weed for him versus him going out to get it, because this is the thing about it. I cannot protect my year from that because he's eventually going to learn about it and he's going to want to try it. But I have to choose. Do I want him to try it from some random ass drug dealer, some random ass person at school who was just available at the time that's probably lacing that shit with fentanyl to make it stronger? Or would you rather him have something that you know is safe, that you know is clean? Because he's gonna do it anyway. That's what you gotta realize. Kids are gonna be kids at the end of the day. They're gonna be kids, and if you try to shelter them from anything, it ain't gonna do nothing but make them sneakier. If you can't control them, control the situation. Manipulation 101. I can't stop my year from doing anything when he get a certain age because I won't always be there to watch him 24/7. But what I can do is teach him about those things before they come up and be there to control it. Just like one of my classmates said that she be drinking with her mama. And a lot of people, they look at that and be like, oh my God, you too busy trying to be the cool mama, da da da. But would you rather your child go get drunk, sneak out and go get drunk at a party, you don't know where they at, and they end up passing out? In this day and age, it's a little black girl. This day and age, what you think gonna happen? What you think could happen exactly? Or would you rather be in the comfort of your home, in your eyesight, and you can determine how much she drank? And then think about it from a kid's point of view. My mom's so cool, she let me drink, but she only gave you a cup. But if you have to be sneaky with it, how many cups you gonna drink? Exactly. You gotta outsmart these kids in the smartest way possible. Okay? You just gotta understand, you cannot shield them from everything. You cannot protect them from everything. But as long as you prepare them for certain things, as long as you are there to control certain things, it will always come out better. So many people disagree with me on the week. Now, if my baby want to go pop some pills, that's a different story. We're not finna do that, and I'm not finna give you nothing to pop. I'm sorry. That's not natural. Weed is a herb. Pills ain't. Pills ain't nothing but straight chemicals. If you express interest, I will keep a close eye on you for forever. Because we're not doing that. Something like, now alcohol, I don't drink alcohol myself, so I can't see my year doing it. But if it's something that he says he want to try, something he want to do, I would rather be the one to provide him with something mild. And I would rather be the one who's there that he's drinking with, so I can control how much he drinks. And then also, I know he ain't getting sloppy drunk somewhere where he could be risking his life. Getting sloppy drunk somewhere playing with guns and somebody accidentally get shot in the head. Shit like that. And that's why I say it's very important to not try to protect your kids from everything. It was this little girl one time, we was in Sunday school, and she was saying how her mama didn't teach her about hell. And it's like, hell is very much real. And not to judge their mama or nothing, but hell is very much real. Just because you're not telling them about it, don't make it any less real. And she's eventually gonna get introduced to it, and it could be in the wrong way. What if I never told my year about liquor, right? I'm trying to protect him, I'm trying to shield him, and sex. Sex is a good one. I never tell him about sex because he's too young, his little ears can't handle it. He goes to school with all these overgrown ass kids who parents don't give a fuck about what they hear or see on the TV, and their conversations with their homegirls, homeboys, whatever, and they know about it. They come to school talking all this rah-rah, And he gets in his mind that sex is a hobby. Sex is a cool thing, when I can teach him about sex myself and teach him it's an intimate thing. It's a sacred thing. And now he has the right idea, the right foundation of it, because what you first hear is your first impression. And first impressions last. Those are the hardest to get rid of. That's why changing your ways is so hard, because your original way is so familiar. It's what you were first taught. It's what you first learned. It's hard to break that. It's hard to change that. Biblical verse. That's why you have to become like a newborn, really, to change anything. For any kind of change in your life, you have to set your mindset to a newborn stage. And that's really hard with preset information and preset things that you already know. It's hard to unlearn things. So when you teach your child about certain things the first time around, it'll be harder for them to unlearn what you taught them, because other kids are saying other stuff versus the other kids saying this, and then you got to go back and correct it. It's harder to correct than it is to teach. I'm gonna be the parent that teaches my child everything, so I can control how they see it, how they view it, because like I said, we're in a day and age full of lemons. We're in a day and age full of Hellcats and Scat Pack chasing bitches, and I'm not here for it. I'm sorry. If that's what you like to do, then you do that on your own time and on your own whatever. But that's just not something I'm a fan of, and I don't want my ear thinking that's normal. I want him to be raised a certain way to where when he get around ignorancy, he look at it and say, "Oh wow, that's ignorant." Not look at it and say, "Oh wow, that's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. I've never heard that before. I'm gonna try it." If I teach my year about the sacredcy of sex, and he goes to school around these fast tail ass girls and hot in the ass boys who's telling him that it's a hobby, he's gonna be like, "No, it's not a hobby." And then he gonna look at them crazy because he was first taught that it was something else. And yeah, you just can't protect your kids from everything, and you should not shelter them from everything. Let me know down in the comments different ideas. I know a lot of people want to agree with everything that I'm saying and the things that I do as a parent, but at the end of the day, we all parent in our own way, and I've seen some of y'all work. I don't want your advice. I'm not gonna say y'all, because I fuck with y'all family. But a lot of people who be trying to criticize the most on the way you parent, baby girl, your kids is fucked up from the flow up. Please sit down. Take some notes, okay? Because I know parenting don't come with a handbook. Nobody can be a perfect parent, and everybody is going to screw their child up in some way. It's going to have them chasing the Lord with everything in them. It's bound to happen. You give them too much freedom, they grow up with no boundaries. You give them not enough freedom, they grow up limiting themselves. There's no perfect way to raise a child. But I just know, me personally, there's just a lot of things that I will and will not do. And trying to shelter my ear from the real world is not one of those things. I tell it to him straight. When I'm rolling up a blunt and he say, "What's that?" I say it's a blunt. Because that's what the fuck it is. I'm just a real ass bitch like that. I'm just real like that though, for real. I'm just saying, like, I like to keep things above. If I don't teach him the real now, the world is going to teach him the real in the worst way possible. And that's what I don't want. I heavily considered homeschooling my year, and I still am. And I've actually decided to homeschool my year. I just got to see if my life aligns with that at the time he gets school age. But I really want to homeschool my year for that reason right there. People don't raise their kids right. I see it every freaking day. I'm in an apartment complex full of baby ass kids. A lot of people don't raise their kids, period. And a lot of them don't raise them right. I don't know, y'all. I just got done saying you can't shelter your kids from everything, and I'm going to prepare him for stuff like that, because eventually he's going to want to play sports and stuff like that. He's going to be around other kids that's going to teach him certain things. But it's just one of the struggles of motherhood. It's the anxiety that comes with it. It's the fear that comes with it. It's the reality of having your heart outside of your body, but you can't protect it. You can't shield it like you want to. It's like, it's just such a vulnerable thing to be a mother, and that's the hardest part about motherhood. It's your baby. that's everything to you, and it's just walking around hitting his head on walls and shit and climbing on shit, not giving a damn about their safety, about getting hurt anymore. It's nerve-wracking. Like, baby, you are my heart. Take care of it. I done done my makeup and ain't going nowhere but to edit this goddamn video. I honestly just wanted to chat with y'all because I know y'all be sick of me ranting in my vlogs. Y'all be wanting to see the vlogs. When you click on the vlog, you come for the vlog. But if you clicked on this chit chat, get ready with me, you came for the chit chat. And I feel a lot more comfortable ranting on a chit chat, get ready with me than a vlog. And I just be having a lot to say because I don't have friends. Y'all know that. I don't fuck with people. I be having so many opinions on so much stuff and just so much stuff to say. And I be wanting to express myself. But I don't want to talk to the mirror every day. I don't want to say everything to the other personalities in my head. Sometimes I want to let it out to other people and get some feedback and have a discussion about it, you know? People, I put my plants in the back for a little aesthetic little background. It's a cute little lip. I usually put like Vaseline over to make it kind of glossy, but I don't know. I like it. And my hair need retying and it never goes where I tell it to go. I feel like this is just such an open discussion. Like, I'm not nowhere near finished talking my shit, but it's just so hard keeping on the conversation and there's nobody conversating back and you know, carrying on the conversation. So y'all, please talk to me in the comments because I will talk back. This is something that I really want to talk about. Talk to me in the comments because this is a discussion that I want to discuss. And I know a lot of people won't agree with a lot of stuff that I'm saying, and that's perfectly fine. Express your opinions. I respect people's perspective at all times, you know. I know everybody not me. It's me. Ain't nobody like me. I don't expect nobody to agree with every single thing I say and do, but I do want to discuss it. I think it's worth a conversation. And I don't know, maybe we can give each other ideas. Maybe we can correct each other on some things that we got a little too fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Just talk to me in the comments, baby. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. This is the makeup look, something very slight and simple. Hopefully you can see it clearly. Even though the blinds is still in my shine right now, I could simply just let them know, y'all. Because I don't work smarter. I'm Keziah. Oh, wow. And it looks so gorgeous, too. Now I'm mad. Not today. The most important part was the discussion. Y'all heard me loud and clear. I'm just so mad because I could have been let these blinds up. What the fuck? It's fine. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and comment so we can discuss and subscribe for more videos. Let me know if y'all want some more sit down, get ready with me, chit chat, get ready with me, because I be having a lot of shit to talk about. And I have a very unique perspective. I will say that. In a world full of dummies, I have a very unique perspective. So yeah, I got a lot of shit to say. If you like this, drop some topics we can talk about. And so forth and so on. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Share this video with your friends. Be like, girl, this bitch dumb as fuck. Look what the fuck she said. Or you can say, oh my God, this is actually smart. Like, what? Why didn't I think it is? Just share it. Get it out there. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. Goodbye, love.